And I heard you also talking about food trailer, food truck. Can you tell us, like, okay, what's the differences, like, when it comes to a business standpoint? Why did you choose a food trailer over a food truck?
Well, me personally, I honestly I wanted to go the food truck route, and I was very close to going the food truck route until I was kind of given some more information, which anybody that has a food truck is not knocking food trucks. But the advice that I was given was that with the food trailer, because all you really need is the actual kitchen aspect of it anyway. The food truck, it does have the benefit to where you can drive it. It moves itself around.
Right.
The food trailer, you would need an additional vehicle to pull the trailer. But the advice I was given was, like, if you have with a food truck, if something happens to, you need some mechanic work done to your food truck for that day while your truck is in the shop, then you're kind of out of business for that day.
Right.
But with the food trailer, if the vehicle you're using to pull your trailer, something happens to that, all else fails, you can always, U-Haul, rent a truck, a pickup truck real quick, and you can keep going on the road and making more money for the day while you figure out your mechanical issues.
Facts.
So that was one of the things.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's facts. I have never
One
thought of it that
small
way.
Little niches, you need to
Exactly.
know when approaching a business.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good information.
Yeah, for sure,
That's
for sure.
definitely what kind of put me into that direction. And also, food trailers are a lot less expensive, honestly. You can get a food trailer for a lot cheaper. And another shout out, another plug, where I got my food trailer from, Joe the Cart Guy out of Richmond, Virginia. Any food truck or food trailer people wanting to get into the industry, look up, go to Google, look up Joe the Cart Guy. He's out of Richmond, Virginia, and he builds these things from scratch. So he gets these trailers from scratch. They're completely empty. And so you let them know what it is, the style of cooking that you do. And so you can get the equipment in it that you need. So you're not getting something that has stuff in it you don't necessarily need.
Right.
It's specifically tailored for you and your business. So, which you'll come out cheaper that way too, because you're only getting the things you need.
Right.
So,
that's
man,
dope.
Food
Yeah,
trailers
yeah.
is the way, definitely.
That's
Dang,
a win
that's
right
dope.
there.
That's
Joe the Cart
dope.
Guy.
Joe the Cart Guy.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Salute to him too. Now, I want to pivot again to a different type of it's a segment on my show.
Okay.
Now, on this show, the segment is called "Who You Rocking With." So I want to get some insight because, ladies and gentlemen, this man is a chef, but also he does his thing in the hip hop rapping as well.
Yes,
Got some
sir.
dope things going on. So I want to transition into this, and I think this will help me kind of get a gauge on your style and your preferences as well.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you two choices. You let me know who you rocking with.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, I heard this argument on Drink Champs recently. Ice Cube or Biggie?
Man, that's a tough one. Man. That's a tough one because they're both legends for different reasons.
Yeah.
But if I have to pick one, it'll have to be Biggie.
Word.
And it's not even necessarily for anything that he might have stood for in the community or anything politically. It's just his flow alone. The flow that he brought to hip hop, it's just unmatched, yo. Like the things he's able to do with words and lyricism.
Yeah.
Ice Cube is a phenomenal writer as well.
Right.
But the thing that Biggie was able to do with his cadences and
Yeah.
it's like he became like a instrument himself, like
Right.
BIGPOPPA.
Yeah.
Like he would just flow. With
You hear this
like,
guy?
You know, so the way it's just beautiful, man. So definitely Biggie for sure.
Oh wow. Yeah, and I
sure.
think you pointed something out. I think Biggie was more so the lyricist,
Right.
and Cube, he was a writer. He's a storyteller.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And also an activist.
Right.
And I rock with Cube heavy for what he was doing for the game with that.
Definitely.
Now, J. Cole, who you rocking with? J. Cole or K. Dot, Kendrick Lamar.
Man.
Oh wow.
What's happening?
Wow. That is a tough one for real.
What's happening?
Oh man.
You from High Point, North Carolina.
Yeah.
But no, don't let that sway you though. Like, you know.
Right. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough. That's almost a tie for real.
They both hard.
Man, that's tough. If I have to go with one though, man, I gotta root for hometown, man. J. Cole for sure.
Yeah,
J.
respect.
Cole, man.
Respect. I think J. Cole has separated himself from Kendrick of the last 2 years or so. He's been coming with these features, like
Right.
and he's carrying these young boys so
Right.
much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he bringing up, like he's been more impactful than Kendrick. Like it's hands
yes.
down.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like
I gotta give it to Cole just because, like, when I first started rapping, it was more so just, you know, like when you freestyling with the homies, you saying whatever. You're
Right,
not
right.
really thinking about what you're saying. But when I first heard J. Cole, like, it kind of made me want to shift my music to actually speak about something. Like what am I talking about? Like, what am I using this ability for?
right.
So I got to give it to Cole because he really helped shift my whole musical career to actually start talking about real things in my music.
yeah, yeah.
So definitely Cole.
Yeah, for sure. He had that same type of impact on me. He made it feel like, okay, what I'm doing is okay. Because I always wanted to talk about, you know what I'm saying, like the real.
Right.
So,
Definitely.
all right, bet. So next, this is not an artist per se, but this was a big impact on the culture. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, so you know about both of these. So who you rocking with? 106 in Park or Big Tigger in the Basement?
Oh man. Oh wow. Man. Both of those were so influential, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like Rush Home After School to catch it.
Facts.
You gotta watch both of those. And they came on back to back. So,
Yeah.
man. The MC in me will have to go with Tigger though. Because
Respect.
you know the best part about that was, you know, the freestyles in the booth with the artists that come
Bro.
on, because it gives you get to see these artists. He sit down, he ask them questions, and then you know they get right in the booth and they get to
Yeah.
display what they can do. And that was always my favorite part. So
Yeah.
the MC in me got to go with Tigger just
Facts.
for that aspect alone.
Facts. I
For sure.
definitely feel you right there.
Yeah, I know the videographer and you might appreciate the music videos maybe a little bit more. 106.
I'm rocking with Big Tig too,
Oh,
bro.
that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, because don't forget, like I started off in music too.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
right.
That was my
That's
first
right.
love, and I pivoted to podcasting
That's true.
because when I was a artist doing my thing a lot, traveling, I never seen or had a platform where I could showcase my talents in North Carolina.
Right.
So I said, you know what, bump it. I'm gonna pivot to provide others what wasn't available to me.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Indeed.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
beautiful.
So next one here, who you rocking with when it comes to this podcast space? You on the podcast now? So Drink Champs or $1 million worth of game?
Man, that's tough, yo. These are really good questions, yo. Like, for real. Man, I like both. I like both platforms. You know, Nori he's just a phenomenal entertainer just in
Yeah.
himself. Like, just the questions that he asks, like, and the personal relationship he has with his guests, it's like he's able to bring things out of them that a lot of people aren't.
Right.
But what Wallow and Gilly are doing also, man, and how they're embracing the youth, because a lot of people aren't looking at those guys, feel like they might not have done enough to even deserve a platform, but they reaching out to the young boys too. So
Yeah.
I like both of them. If I have to choose one, I think I'll go $1 million worth of game, honestly.
I thought you
I
about to
would.
say Drink Champs.
I was, but I feel like $1 million worth of game needs more of a spotlight put on them.
Yeah.
I feel like more people need to go check them out. So I want to
Yeah.
use this opportunity to shout out $1 million worth of game.
Yeah, shout out to $1 million
I'm
worth of
definitely
game.
going to check them out. You know,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never been on their
Oh, yeah,
page
see,
before,
Yeah.
but-
Do you know who Gilly the Kid is?
No.
Okay, he used to be a rapper too. He they say he used to ghostwrite for Lil Wayne a little bit back in the day.
Wow.
I don't know how factual it is because Lil Wayne is a beast on his own.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he don't sound nothing like Gilly, but I guess it was like long time ago though. I rock with $1 million worth of game and shout out to them. I like what Drink Champs doing as well, but they focus on like the legends. It seems like
Right.
$1 million worth of game. They will give their platform to younger ones and also businesses. But one thing I was disappointed with $1 million worth of game was they was getting into a little bit drama. And when I say they, I'm talking about Jess Gilly. He was kind of going back and forth with like Rick Ross and stuff like that, and a couple other people just like slamming them. I'm like, yo, y'all supposed to be giving the game. Y'all got all these youngsters' attention. So like, I want y'all to get back to what y'all was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stick to the code, like what you
Yeah.
was doing this thing for. But that's the only thing. That's the only thing I have about it. Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Everybody messes up a little bit here and there. But I'm just like, yo, practice what you preach, bro. You trying to
That's
get the
real.
young ones game. Like, don't, lead by example, fam.
Yeah. Don't get pulled into
Yeah.
nonsense. You
Yeah,
know?
Exactly.
yeah, but don't get it twisted. I love what they're doing. Like I think their platform is dope though. So
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. All right, now since we talking about the young boys, who you rocking with, Lil Durk or 21 Savage?
I would say 21, but honestly, like this direction I feel like Dirk is moving into recently. It seemed like he's trying to like not necessarily denounce the street life that he comes from,
Right.
but it seems like he's moving in a more positive direction. Like he's maturing a little bit.
Right.
Like, especially with the recent feature with J. Cole.
Yeah.
I can tell that like he's at least making the effort to like try to, correct some of those things. And
Right.
so I gotta go with Dirk for right now.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Yes, sir.
Now to another show. This is recent. They've been around for a long time though. Who you rocking with? Ebro in the morning on Hot 97 or Power 105 with the Breakfast Club?
Man, these are some tough questions.
Who you rocking with, baby?
Because it's almost like, being a student of this hip hop game, it's like you go to both for different reasons. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like even if it's the same artist being interviewed, you're
Yeah.
gonna get a different interview from both
Yeah,
platforms.
facts.
Man, I do love the dynamic of, everybody up at the Breakfast Club, how they piggyback off each other, ask different questions, and
Right.
those interviews seem a little bit more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got to pick, I think I would have to go with Ebro, just because I feel like he pulls out a little bit more information out of the artist.
Yeah.
Like it gets a little more, a little more in depth in the conversation. Like I feel like I get to know a little bit more personally about who the artist is versus the Breakfast Club. It's more like, I feel like it's a little more gossipy a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I can see. I can definitely feel that. Like, or they're gonna just start cracking a lot of jokes.
Right,
They
right.
come in with the sus stuff a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can definitely respect that. I can understand.
To the information. for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. He can be directed to the information. I
Right.
definitely can see that. All right, so bet. So now we got a little bit about your opinions, your style, who you rocking with the most. Now I want to get into some of your music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
hey, I know y'all people on live, y'all ain't gonna be able to hear this, so you know what I'm saying. You'll be all right, but so make sure you tune into the show. You'll be
Yes,
able to
sir.
experience this along with us. So go ahead and subscribe. But we got to go ahead and play some of your music.
Dope.
And which when I was on your website, I was like, yo, this joint is hitting.
Man.
It's like
Right. No, I appreciate that.
yeah,
yo.
so I was like, yo, I gotta fire this one up, and I got another one too I want to play, but let's get into it. Alexander. Hey, Matt McQueen, you heard?
I got plenty things I can be doing, so I can't be messing with y'all. People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all. They don't do nothing at all. They don't do nothing at all. People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm not getting involved. People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all. 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 People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm not getting involved. I'm a wise man, so I understand. I don't know nothing at all. No, I don't know nothing at all. I don't know nothing at all.
Let's go.
Say you wanna lose weight, but got steak and cake on your plate. Say you wanna save money, but when you get it, you throw it away. Say you wanna find love, but when it come, you push it away. Why you in your own way? You ain't tryna be great. We still learning every day. Everybody still got work to do. I'm just doing what works for me. You gotta find what works for you. We still learning every day. Everybody still got work to do. I'm just doing what works for me. You gotta find what works for you. I got plenty things I can be doing, so I can't be messing with y'all. People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all. They don't do nothing at all. They don't do nothing at all. People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm not getting involved. People always saying what they gon' do, but they don't do nothing at all.
He talking that real on this one, people.
They don't do nothing at all. They don't do nothing at all. They don't do nothing at all. I had to find out what's best for me. Take control of my destiny. Self-discipline, the recipe. Now the universe be blessing me. Elevate, elevate, elevate. I like the sage and I meditate. I am in touch with the universe. I close my eyes and I levitate. Namaste, 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 namaste. Positive vibes come in undulate. Negative vibes get out my way. No, I don't have time, no, not today. I got moves to make. I made a play for 3K like I'm Andre. But I'm a big boy, so no, I do not stay where my mama stay. Yeah, yeah. We still learning every day. Everybody Everybody still got
Yo.
work to do. I'm just doing what works for me. You gotta find what works for you. We still learning every day. Everybody still got work to do. I'm just doing what works for me. You gotta find what works
Hey,
for
Matt.
you. I got plenty things I can be doing, so I can be missing.
Yo,
with
he
y'all.
going in on this
People
one.
always saying,
That's
Yeah.
that real right there.
I appreciate
Yeah.
That's that
Thank you.
real.
And when I'm listening to the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, he even bringing in what he does, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I think is dope. You dig? So, definitely, salute to you, what you got going on there. That's consistency. When I listen to and see your movement, I know that it's real because it's all consistent. You know what I'm saying? You're still trying to put people on game. And also, like, that's a motivation. Like, don't be just talking.
Right.
You got to put some action behind your words as well.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, I hear you out there talking what you're doing, but I don't see nothing at all, people.
No,
I don't
that's
see
real.
nothing.
That's it.
So let's put some action behind
That
it.
is definitely it. Yo. That's what inspired that song for real. Just, we talk about a lot of things, and it's a lot like me and Mike was just talking about. Knowledge and information is one thing to have,
Yeah.
but to actually apply that knowledge and apply that information is a completely other thing. So it's like you can know something, but knowing is not enough.
Right.
You got to put forth the action.
Yes.
Which, if I can shout out one more time, one of my brothers, Dominic Han, his brand is Intellectual Actionaire. I'm rocking one of his headbands today just to kind of show my brother some love. And what that means to me is Intellectual Actionaire. We are not only learning this information, but we putting forth the action, the proper action to bring forth the results and the fruit. Because you can know something, but until you apply it, you don't really know anything.
Right.
Because to apply the knowledge is what brings wisdom.
Right.
And then once you gain that wisdom, then you can bring forth understanding.
Absolutely.
And so that's the base of learning is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yes, sir.
Bring it
Yes,
full
sir.
circle with that's where Eats and Beats was even birthed from. Like even the name itself, it was always because I always had a passion for music and food. Because it was actually music first, and then the culinary thing came, and people used to always tell me I would have to pick one or the other. So you can't put up your all into both of these things, and so I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. So I was able to combine it. So that's why it's Eats and Beats. It's beats like, my love for music.
Right.
And it's also beats too, like the vegetable. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's a
Yeah,
double
yeah.
entendre. So even the name itself is me still trying to rap. So
Bars.
Eats and Beats is my passion for food and my passion for music combined under one umbrella. We talk about growing food in the music also. We talk
Yes.
about eating healthy in the music also.
Yes.
As well as like actually preparing these meals, these healthy meals. So
Yeah.
man, that's how we doing it. Eats and Beats, food and music.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm
Both food and music have the power to heal.
right.
They both have the power to alter your mood.
Yes.
And you feel the same way when you hear your favorite song as when you're eating your favorite food. So
Yep.
yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the show, I'm going to show this other music video he got out. It was called like Grow Foods.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
Yes,
was
sir.
real dope too.
I
And I'm also
appreciate that.
include a link in the bio, so you guys make sure that you're you're paying attention, looking at. Well, actually, it's going to be in the description of this YouTube video, so you can go to it and experience it as well. So, Chef Alexander,
Yes, sir.
AMAC. So, how can people follow your movement and support what you got going on? I also saw that you had like some areas where people can like support this movement that you have going on and on your website as well. So can you point
Yes.
people to those directions?
Okay. You can definitely find us at www.eatsandbeats.com. Eats and Beats is spelled EATZ, the letter N, and then BEETZ. So eatsandbeats.com. You can go there. You can follow everything that we're about, everything that we got going on, find out a little brief bio about me and what it is I do and why I do what I do. You can find us on Instagram at Eats and Beats. You can follow me on Facebook at Alex AMAC McQueen. AMAC is spelled AMAC. So on Facebook is where most of our following is. That's where a lot of the things we have going on. Pinned to the top of my Facebook profile is our GoFundMe. So we have a GoFundMe where we're collecting funds so we can get out. We actually, I was talking about Growing High Point earlier in the episode. After completing the apprenticeship program with Growing High Point last year, now this year they gave me my own plot of land so I can start growing for myself. So what we're working on now is like we're working on this grant and we're working on raising funds to turn the farm into like a mental health retreat. So we're gathering resources because we want to use things like soil therapy and like grounding and meditation techniques and yoga on the farm to kind of help combat some of these mental health issues, like a holistic approach as opposed to like prescription drugs. So like finding things to like tackle ADHD and depression, anxiety. Because when you put your bare hands and your bare feet in the soil, it releases certain serotonin and feel good endorphins inside of you that can really help you feel better. I honestly, and this is something, because I attract a lot of people in my life that suffer from these things. I can honestly say that, you know, growing up, I was a little more mentally resilient. I never personally suffered from any of these things, but a lot of people that I bring into my life do. Right. And I've noticed now it's kind of been a part of my mission also, because I used to I can honestly say that I wasn't as aware. So because I didn't personally suffer from it. So I used to look at it like, oh no, they're fine. You'll be okay. Or just suck it up. But now I realize I was being very insensitive, and people really do suffer from these things. It's a very real thing.
Absolutely.
And so I've just been trying to find a way that I can do my part. And so, yeah, we want to turn the farm. It's like a mental health retreat of some sort. So definitely find our GoFundMe link at the top, pinned to the top of my Facebook page, and you can go support the movement. And yeah, we'll be out into the community in Guilford County and High Point, Greensboro, Winston-Salem. We'll be moving on to Lexington now. We got Mike to plug us in with that area. Oh, yeah. And we're going to have the Eats and Beats food trailer out here, finding ways to not only bring fresh produce and things to these neighborhoods, but to show them what to do with that fresh produce. Because a lot of times they get it and they don't know what to do with it. They've never seen an eggplant before. And so we're trying to give them the education, like you were saying earlier. So to show them what to do with this food. Yeah, absolutely. And also YouTube as well. You can find me on YouTube as well. Alexander McQueen on YouTube, where you can find out all the music, check out all the content, keep in tune with what we got going on. We got a lot of great educational songs also for children, to getting them involved, because like I was saying earlier, you know, being inspired by, you know, great leaders and speakers like Malcolm X and, you know, Martin Luther King, they were able to, like, you know, gravitate a lot of people with their message and their words. And present day, it's like, how can you reach the youth in that same way? And I feel like through the music is a definite way. So putting these positive things in the songs to create that subconscious programming, they're saying it over and over, not realizing they're learning and they're reprogramming themselves. So check out the YouTube channel as well. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have his YouTube in the description. You know, social media as well. So you guys make sure you tune in, lock in with them. Here at the Highest Point Podcast, we salute what you're doing. We support what you're doing. And that's what we have this platform here to do, to help grow High Point, grow mindsets, and reach the highest point all around. So we definitely appreciate you joining us, fam. So until next time, you guys hold it down. Don't let it hold you. Peace.
The Highest Point Podcast. More than the pod, it's a lifestyle.
I grew up in High Point, so seeing a lot of like the condemned areas, houses that were boarded up and drug-infested areas being transformed to gardens and things that can feed our community, it's just a beautiful thing, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Alexander McQueen first learned about growing High Point at the farmers market, where some of the locally grown produce is sold. He's now a participant in the organization's apprentice program.
It was just divine intervention, perfect timing.
Timing played a role for Kalik Harper, too. After the High Point native spotted the bright green Grodega around the city, he asked how he could volunteer.
I'm a lit kid.
Grow food, Grodega pulling up with that produce. Grow food, Grodega pulling up with that produce. Grow food, yeah, we know food. Grodega pulling up with them whole foods. Grow food, Grodega pulling up with that produce. I don't know about the rest of you, but I eat lots of fruits and lots of vegetables. Blueberries and beets, I don't eat no sweets, so I don't got a lot of cavities inside my teeth. Walk up in the party, I see hot Cheetos and Takis, but I know that's not good for me, can't put it in my body. Got a checkup and my doctor said I'm healthy as can be. Told my doctor I'm a healthy kid, I eat broccoli. I'ma always eat my veggies and nobody's stopping me. And I'm never getting sick, cause I'm eating properly. Fast food make you slow, have you moving sloppily. And if you ain't eating healthy, then don't even talk to me. Hey, grow food, Grodega pulling up with that produce. Grow food, Grodega pulling up with that produce. Grow food, yeah, we know food. Grodega pulling up with them whole foods. Grow food, Grodega pulling up with about the rest of you. But I eat lots of fruits and lots of vegetables. We don't gotta worry about the food that's on the shelves. Cause we gon' eat organically, cause we grow it ourselves. Hosted in the neighborhood, I sold a lot of things. Now I'm posted in my neighborhood, I'm selling collard greens. I was riding around the city trying to make a lot of plays. Now we in different communities, just trying to make a change. Farms around the city just so everyone can eat. Tasty red tomatoes growing right on Persian Street. Call up Grow and High Point, we got exactly what you need. And we don't even eat it if it don't come from a seed. Grow food, grow food. Bodega pulling up with that produce. Grow food, grow food. Bodega pulling up with that produce. Grow food, yeah we know food. Bodega pulling up with them whole foods. Grow food, grow food. Bodega pulling up with that produce. Fruits and lots of vegetables. We don't gotta eat that food. So we about to ring them up real quick and have them start.
Will they find their food right away? Oh, Patrick, yours are going faster than ours. What do you like? They want to stay with me. That's right.
This used to be houses. As you can see, like all the other houses already on this street. And what Growing High Point does is like they take abandoned properties, like condemned areas around the city, like vacant lots, and we take it and we get money from the local government to turn it into farmland. So we got places like this all over the city, maybe like 9-10 different farm locations. And it's super transformative because like right here in this very spot, like right here on we on White Oak Street right now. Walnut is right across from it. This is right off of Green Street. You remember when we shot that Acid Rain video, the Apple Tree? Yeah, so this is like an area in the town where it's like, it's known for drug activity. And right in this actual spot, my pops used to come here, like it was a liquor house, like a dope house over here. And so it's crazy, like a place that was like poisoning the community is now feeding the community. So it's so transformative, it's beautiful.